Okay, so the fact that the detector arrow is bobbing up and down and not in the corner when it's pulled out is something I probably should have noticed at the time. Hey, I've got a viewer already. So okay, now what? Now it just gets jawsed. Either that's the only mini kit I was missing from this bloody level.
Hey, no.
But to be fair, it's not like we're getting any studs from completing all of the mini kit. Okay, bring up chat on the... Right. So... because I can't be too thorough. So... I think I'm still good for getting all gold bricks.
Stark Tower dominates the Manhattan skyline as either a highly advanced technological research facility or a giant monument to its owner's ego. Depends who you ask.
Did I ever tell you about my party armor? It was designed like a tuxedo, for more formal battles. Honey, I'm home! What's with the hostile welcome? Jarvis, it's me. Your boss man?
Intruder alert. Security activated.
Intruders? Jarvis, Security Override Command Tango Oscar Sierra 3963.
We're gonna have to fight our way in.
Someone must have hacked my systems. It's the kind of thing I do to other people. What the...
Hey, no!
I don't know if I said so during story mode, but I still feel like that was a reference to something. Tango Oscar Sierra. It isn't hard to decipher because, well, if you've played your fair share of Murder on Gmod, you should be able to keep up with your phonetics. 3963 though. Okay, that complicates things. Idiot.
You should be able to move certain objects with your powers.
At least now these are down, which is nice. Hey, you got 2 viewers now. Hey buddy, maybe you can help me with something LEGO related. I can't seem to beat Newtown in Complete Saga. I might be able to help, but... But on PS3 specifically, there are a few studs missing. When I... So I had... So I had to look for... But fortunately it was kind of rebalanced to match, but not entirely, because I'd still have to use like force pull and on a couple of humanoids in order to... There are a few studs missing. It is on PS3 compared to Xbox. I don't have enough experience on PC to say for certain there. I'm playing on Steam. Well, you know, in order for me to be sure if that's the case, is it stud requirement like 999,000 studs rather than the full million? Well, you managed to be my lucky charm last time, so I'd love to have you over and take your advice. If you have a character you request, let me know. Personally, I like to play Indiana Jones in that level since it appears to be the most earthly setting. Okay. This is one of the annoying things that is that it assumes that for stuff like this Sandman thing, it assumes it's just a thing that needs a teleport. And so it doesn't give me actual Sandman. Fun fact, did you know there was planned to be a whole Indiana Jones level in the game? Going through the files, I even found the ambience track for that level. Sounds like a jungle setting. I'm guessing it would have been a demo of like,
how about using that?
I don't know, the very first level in LEGO Indy 1. It goes completely unused in the game, but I used it about 15 years later for my comic dub of Star Wars The Hunt for Aurra Sing. Okay. And I assume it may be the same one used in LEGO Indiana Jones, but I didn't compare them. I'm just speculating for now. Why am I an idiot? What? If I backtrack to overheat all of these back during story mode, then why don't I not grab the mini kit up there? What's wrong with me? At least the last mini kit I was missing from the last level is fair enough because, well, well, you get up. Well, I mean, I get that you're not the most. I get that you don't like being in the field as much as the other Phantom Thieves. I mean, I know the least suited for combat compared to the other Phantom Thieves, Futaba, but my God, you need to. You are still. Each palace you infiltrate still calls for you to have the athletics required for, like, serious traversal. I'm guessing this is the testing ground for that, for all the stuff used in the,
This might require some extra muscle power.
The Deadpool level set at the penthouse level of Stark Tower. I wonder why the mini kits are redesigned in this game. Thinking of it, only LEGO Star Wars uses the white canister flat top design. Yeah, one that for some reason the bloody Force Awakens didn't keep the flat top, when there was no reason to get rid of it. At least if you ask me. I was just playing this on PS3 and I couldn't get in here. Why? I said I was just hanging on PS3. It was like last night I snuck one level in before I got to sleep. Also the mini kits in the Clone Wars have 2 green buttons, while the original had a red and a green button. All right. I feel like this is another great area for stud farming for those that need it. But again, we've long since been past the stage where money's no object.
On the wall, do we have something that would...
I just realized the characters in Jedi Power Battles don't have their movie or Clone Wars actors. Maybe you can assign them different identities based on that. Well, if Mace Windu is Kevin Michael Richardson, I might call him, I don't know, Captain Gantu from Lilo and Stitch. Personally, my favorite Kevin Michael Richardson character, other than Mace Windu, of course, is Black Banta in Brave and the Bold. Alright. Behold, Mark 42.
Arc reactor storage access granted.
Loki, stand down!
My insincerest apologies, but I need a source of high power at low cost.
Well, you are stealing from the best.
That's not the only thing we've stolen.
Where are you going?
Never trust a demigod.
It's Loki. He's with the guy with the armed golf cart.
It's time to teach you so-called Avengers a lesson.
And to do so, they're jamming us out to the music from every race we've done in free roam. Come on, go. Can I not go up? Why do I not think of Loki as my... source of Zeo magic and Zeo Bufu? Then again, to be fair, I think of him as more of an almighty attacker, if not physical.
You should have anticipated this, Dark.
Have you tried riding the elevator the mini-kit was in? Maybe it'll get you to the top. Just be careful. You've seen what the elevator did in Jedi Power Battles. Looks like I missed my chance. I'm guessing we need to get to the Hulkbuster phase of this boss fight before we can get up there. Do the races or does this deserve this kind of music?
Heroes, there is still no such thing.
Okay, I don't actually know anything about Mandarin other than its controversial set. They should have made him use his golf cart in this boss fight though. Where'd he go? That is for being so.
You could never conceive of my vision for mankind. Now I shall turn your own weapons against you. Get them!
Okay, finally, I can now head up here. Right.
That metal could be manipulated magnetically. Wow, that's a mouthful.
All right. Come on, Rise. Yeah, this area especially is... I actually just read Rogue Savage Land last January. Got it as a Christmas present from my aunt. Took me off guard seeing a white Tony Stark. I'm guessing you mean Nick Fury, because you wouldn't be talking about a white character that would be played by Samuel L. Jackson otherwise. I did mean Nick. You did mean Nick Fury. Yeah, this area is incredible for stud farming. Does it expect me to use bloody explosives against the Hulkbuster?
House party protocol activated.
Now it's locked me into both characters. I can't change character while the house party defense is going. Wait, if it's already a 10 times multiplier and you're already using all the stud multipliers, then you would get 38,400 times the amount you'd normally get. Yeah, that's why this place is such a great stud farm. All right. Control the EMP. Oh. I hate those times when you can't switch characters. Isn't that the point of free play? Worst example is the final boss in LEGO Batman 2, where you have no choice, where you have to punch Luthor as Batman, even though anyone else could do that. I know, it's pretty damn egregious. I mean, like one or two of the vehicle sections in the Clone Wars is fair enough.
I have a soft spot for the oldies.
No kidding, Ezio.
Why is it my tower can never stay in one piece?
Alright, so that's 5 levels down. And if the...
Hey, don't.
So, actually I like how vehicles were handled in the Clone Wars. I just wish there were more movie vehicles.
Thank you for saving your Generalissimo, Brigadiers. Excelsior!
You know what's weird though? There's no playable clone pilot in the Clone Wars. Who do they expect to be reasonably seen piloting an LAAT or ARC 170? There is a...
Standing over 1,400 feet tall and weighing 365,000 tons, the Empire State Building was opened in 1931 and has remained one of New York City's most recognizable landmarks ever since.
There is a playable clone pilot in the first LEGO Star Wars, but in that one you can't even enter vehicles.
Looks like Wolverine beat us here.
The signal's gotten stronger, so follow it, agents.
Excelsior!
That's one thing I don't get about Het that Rise has, but she doesn't. For some reason, Rise has invisibility, and yet Futaba has extra senses. Black Widow is a beautiful woman. I wish she were my widow. What abilities does Squirrel Girl have? I would imagine that she's a pretty bog standard animalistic character, sort of along the same, or at least similar lines as Dempsey and Sabretooth. Kanji. Though now that I'm thinking about Persona 5, I feel like I should say that it does have a character that fills a similar role in both the party and for the party in both combat and in their like social lives and what have you. As a fun fact, in the Clone Wars, I'm guessing you mean the complete saga, because Indiana Jones wouldn't be in the Clone Wars. Though the fact that he shares animations with fellow Harrison Ford with another Harrison Ford character does make sense. A lot of sense. What's wrong with me? And you like to think that Kid Fisto, Kiadimundi, and Plo Koon all sharing animations. As I saw Red Hulk, and of course She-Hulk is in the game. Is Red She-Hulk? I'm not so sure. Because, I mean, if Red She-Hulk is a thing, then she hasn't had that many appearances, like, outside of the comics. Wait, wasn't Red Hulk also played by Harrison Ford? Does he have Han Solo's animations? Well, that would have been a hell of a prediction. Much like you describe Plo Koon, Kiadimundi, and Kit Fisto all sharing animations as another kind of prediction.
This could be a problem.
Hey, you guys need any help?
Ezio Auditore da Firenze. I mean, granted, we just lost the element of surprise, but then yeah, Red She-Hulk is real. They could have just lightly edited Green She-Hulk and been fine. Where's Ezio? And now we finally have Augie beams without having to like pull up the character roster to find it. Anyway, what was the thing about? Oh yeah, in Persona 5, one of the characters there has a similar social and combat role in the party to Tifa. So you'd probably be pretty fond of the one who goes by the Phantom Thief handle of Queen. I know that, well, put it this way, because I know her as such, hers is the only character I ever play in Borderlands 2. Is she also strong like Tifa? Well, put it this way, her primary melee weapon is Tekor, which is sort of like brass knuckles. I mean, yeah, statistically she's more of a jack of all trades than... I think you know my type quite well so far. Alright, Rise. Come off it. I mean, to be fair, each of the Phantom Thieves has their own niche. Like, hers is to be, like, the jack of all trades with like defense buffs for support, healing, and nuclear as a magic element, with probably the single highest single target damage dealing potential of the party. Whereas my favorite of the girls is much more naturally much more magically offense inclined. Again, a Stanley in peril I probably would have gone for if I'd known about it. Bloody hell. Loki, Herr Groff, and Herr Richthofen. So, I know I can say for certain that Zola is who I'll be calling Richthofen for. If I were to act on my plan of what. If I were to do so, if I were to do for this, what I'm already editing what I already have written for the original trilogy. I actually just discovered a glitch in the complete saga. If you enter the A New Hope bonus level as a ghost and stand in front of a door, you can see through them. Like through the ghost or... through the doors, huh? I discovered a glitch in LEGO Batman 2. Get inside a vehicle, then activate extra hearts. You'll get a ridiculous amount of huge amount of hearts. Each level has vehicles so you can test anywhere. Kanji. Okay, it just needs to... What is wrong with me? One thing I like to do when playing Lego Star Wars is pair Jedi up with clones. Obviously, Cody goes with Obi-Wan, and Kid Fisto suits the Swamp Guy, and Plo Koon the pilot. That's one thing I don't get. She has the zappy things on her wrists, and yet she can't do Zeo element stuff. Okay.
That switch will need some kind of weapon or sharp object to trigger it.
Yes, Futaba. All right, Herr Groff, where are you going? Herr Groff.
It works. Power levels are stable.
Excellent.
Why the sudden dubstep? That beats me.
Red Skull, I'm gonna spangle you till you see stars.
Still in that ridiculous outfit. You need a bigger wardrobe budget. I am the Red Skull, while you are all merely numbskulls.
We shall see about that, Herr Groff. Is that Steve Bloomer's Red Skull? Sounds like it. Okay, now I somehow have to... Somehow I have to get in that area behind Bricktop, and I think that just might be my answer. Okay. So, don't need to panic about kind of messed up the Red Skull is even in the game when you know what Hydra actually is. Then again, Lego Indiana Jones exists.
Calculations predict a 95% chance of failure, Captain. You should give up now.
Anyway, you know what you were talking about needing certain characters to do certain things? Yeah, bloody needing Cap to hurt Herr Groff is another big example. Still, at least if you have a second controller on hand at the time, it's probably the ideal place to go for that trophy that we unlocked a while back, the one for playing in co-op while having both characters be the different Ezios.
Of our people. You are just a bygone relic.
And this is why you favor the MPD, Herr Groff?
You can't defeat me. The Red Skull is always ready.
Oh, and later games feature creatives. Stan Lee, when they do real life cameos.
Pathetic insects. You cannot destroy the mighty Arnhem Zola.
They don't need to Herricktoffen.
You cannot win. No, you can't.
How about that, eh, Herr Groff?
You cannot defeat me.
Yeah. Again, Tank Dempsey, Stephen Bloom.
I picked up the Skull's trail outside the raft. He wears a stinky cologne.
Tripping up
We appreciate the
Groff,
but you've destroyed
Stephen
the
Bloom.
vortex. Now we can't follow Loki.
Yeah, well, I get the sense that Loki isn't just a hired hand in this thing.
Alright. Steve Bloom just fought himself, yeah. Like Sam Witwer in the final boss of Force Unleashed 1, yeah.
Hey, no.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely tell it was first professional time doing Palpatine, but probably because they stuck with him ever since.
Gee, thanks, true believer. Excelsior.
I can guarantee it definitely sounds a lot better, even by like the second game. I mean, I know that you wouldn't notice unless you played the DLC, but I've heard many people argue that the DLC is probably the best part of the whole game, if not the main reason why you wouldn't want to play on PC as opposed to anywhere else. Because for some reason it didn't get ported, which only amplifies the frustrations of like its performance on PC being rough as hell.
Most of what S.H.I.E.L.D. knows about Thor and his people remains highly classified. What little information we've obtained about his home, Asgard, comes from, well, this one children's book found by Dr. Eric Selvig in New Mexico. Seems pretty accurate so far.
Not gonna actually do all your reading on Norse mythology?
Get a load of this guy.
Ooh, very theatrical with the lightning and everything. He is the god of thunder. It's sort of his thing.
I sense the opening of the vortex because Brother Loki used it as a pathway to Asgard.
What the heck's he after?
He is ever after only one thing. Power. And also helmets with horns. He's really into those.
The DLC? Oh, you mean Little Red Riding Hood going through the forest. Sadly, I never played it. Jedi Leia does sound cool, though. I do know that Leia was voiced by the same woman who did her mother in the Clone Wars. Yet again, it wouldn't let me switch through the entire flying through the Bifrost bit. I do wonder if Leia in the DLC recognized Starkiller as she met his donor in the first game and thought he turned evil. It's a fair question to ask. Because, I mean, because, I mean, even if, because the dark side ending of The Force Unleashed 2 only already requires the light side ending of The Force Unleashed 1 in order to work, because, well, the story wouldn't be set up otherwise. Look, I get it, you stupid hints. I get that I'm not actively trying to break out of Heimdall's observatory. They bet in the Force Unleashed before the ending, though. Yeah, I know. Like, she's the main reason you go to Kashyyyk in the first place. At least during the return journey. All right. Now we're starting to fight some Jotuns. You have to wonder if Marvel would ever include any Dees. Because, I mean, yeah, Freya has a pretty significant role. Crazy how many Jedi Leia's met before New Hope. Starkiller, Kanan, Ezra, Obi-Wan. And with how close Miss Bell was to Shaak Ti even after Order 66, I wouldn't be surprised if she knew her too. I mean, it really says a lot that when I think of Susan Eisenberg in an antagonistic role, the fact that I think of Shaak Ti means that it's primarily by proxy. I mean, yeah, I get that hers is the Injustice Wonder Woman, but given that the Superman there is Sephiroth anyway, I tend to think of him that more as Genova. If Leia saw Shaak Ti's Felucia outfit, she'd say, "You do you, but if anyone made me wear anything that skimpy, I'd strangle them." And she did. To be fair, Jabba... I mean, the Hutt cartels, they may be powerful, but in places like Tatooine may be identifiable as like their jurisdiction, but you'd think someone far more lawful than them would want to actually like do something about them, right? This was actually addressed in Star Wars Outlander. The Jedi don't like Jabba at all, but political complexities stop them from just supplanting him. I'm guessing that's why in the DLC for The Force Unleashed 1, the most you do with Jabba when you go to Tatooine is negotiate with him. And even then, just to meet your expected ends. Yeah, I'm surprised Starkiller didn't just Starkill Jabba. He deserved it, honestly. So even with how badass Starkiller is, I don't think he could top how Leia did it. I suppose that is part of why Leia's works so well, is that she pulled a straight Godfather on the equivalent. So we can backtrack inside the observatory, which is a very good thing because I don't... Because after the case like that one mini kit from from the raft, I don't know if I'm in the mood to take chances anymore. Or at least that many of them. Whoa. I guess they must have really been expecting overcommittal to be a real thing. These damn Jotuns.
You made it! I was beginning to worry. Do you like what I've done with the place? Behold, you are now under my power.
We're about to enter the... We're about to enter the Battle of the Century. My crush versus my ex's crush.
I am fire and life incarnate.
Okay. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely can't see.
Now and forever, I am Phoenix.
There's genuinely no real Alright. Bear with me, I might need a guide for this. Because I have no idea where this is. According to the guide, I think I've gotten all the mini kits, unless there's like one behind Heimdall's sword. Yeah, I thought not. I thought I'd already gotten it, so there wasn't one in the tunnel. Well, we have the one in the tunnel. We have the one behind Heimdall's sword. Try to collect all 10 mini kits in real life. Imagine Lego actually hiding like buildable mini kits in various sets. And then imagine redeeming those mini kits for like That actually does sound brilliant.
Why do you insist on following me, brother?
I've got it! The mini kit and its instruction could be in a little poly bag, and the poly bag is inside the box you buy. Also in the instruction book is a little code.
Going somewhere? I think not.
And that code is the redeemable thing.
Yet again, you fall for my simple parlor tricks.
Okay, so I'm guessing I have these flowers. Okay, so
I am Thor, god of thunder and lightning.
and as a result, because you're probably one of the most famous thunder gods like ever, it's fair enough that you would learn like all the severe tier 0 spells, but why is it that your father Odin is much more dedicated of a Zeo user than you are? It's funny how the electrical charging ability wasn't in LEGO Star Wars, where some characters can actually shoot lightning. See, that's the thing that's always really been strange to me, is that the Infinity Gauntlet. But anyways, what's weird is that an Infinity Gauntlet thing manifesting a mini kit and then rewarding us with a thumbs up. All right. So, it's weird that Force Lightning is a very dark-sided ability, and so is particularly discouraged because, well, most if not all use of the dark arts is considered a sign that balance in the Force is starting to go out of whack. And yet, Force Lightning can be applied to a lot of things outside of combat, and the Force Unleashed more or less proves that. I mean, from memory, you have to like zap generator things.
Thanks for getting me out of that jam, true believers.
In order to not get got in certain places of the Sarlacc. Plo Koon could use lightning without go to the dark side, as could a certain someone. don't know about you, but I'd like to just move on from thinking about that, so...
Officially, Professor Charles Xavier's Institute for Higher Learning is an ordinary boarding school. But the truth is, it also serves as a home and shelter for young mutants with extraordinary powers, collectively known as the X-Men.
And I'm just saying, between those two characters I just mentioned, one of them immortalized and defined the yellow/orange lightsaber, and the other is, well, better not brought up again. Alright. Professor Charles Xavier, aka X-Man. I guarantee you, either his or Silver Surfer's is probably the closest voice James Arnold Taylor does in this game to an Obi-Wan. Oh yes, I love it when X-Men went, "Hello there," and Magneto went, "I don't usually leave you silent in the middle of the night. You said you would make it worth my while." Ah, I'm listening. It says a lot that they chose him to narrate Treasure Planet's opening. Man, the final battle was so epic. Charles would say, "Hey, it's over! I have the high ground!" And Magneto said, "And he shall smite the wicked and plunge them into the fiery pit." I will say that one of the main things that flummoxed me about handheld Lego Batman Lego Batman 2 at least. Oh, come off it. Thank you. Was the fact that only stealthing could be done in combat. Man, I miss the voice acted Lego cutscenes. I mean, I don't like when the game does it, but it's fun when you do it. Alright, Risei. Come on. I just had a brilliant idea on how to make Lego Star Wars even more fun. Now Jar Jar is supposed to be clumsy. What if when he walks there's a chance to fall over and lose a heart? It'd make things more... It'd probably be more characterful, especially for, like, the general perception of him, but... Darth Binks needs to be in the next Lego Star Wars game, especially since there was already a minifig of him. So, somewhat paradoxically, Storm has access to Zeo and Garu magic. Gorgeous women with white hair gotta stick together. Gorgeous women with white hair gotta stick together. Is Rogue in the game? She could complete the gorgeous woman with white hair trio. I think we've already checked and found no. So we've got Futaba Sakura, Risei Kujikawa, and Jackie Briggs. At least two of them make sense to be working together. Oh, that's the actual Lego clock print. Love the attention to detail. Well, yeah, even in, like, the minute stuff of the stuff they're adapting. I mean... Come on!